I-35 Speedway, just north of Cameron, Missouri, and I'm here with Mark Fluffy Dobson. Mark, man, it looked like you were going to have a really great run down there at Humboldt, and then you and, trying to remember his name. Corey Drips, thank you. Corey Drips, he spun out, come down, caught you, and caused a little problem.
Yeah, it was an unfortunate deal for both of us. You know, I figure that mistake probably cost about $3,800 between the both of us, because I think we probably would have run first and second, and he might could have beat me, you know, back in lap traffic. I don't know, maybe we wouldn't either one got first or second, but I think we probably had the two best cars there.
I was going to say, you guys were pulling away from the pack. You might as well say that that's what was happening. You guys were pulling away from the pack, and you were working on a good clean pass, and I guess he just lost it up in the corner and come down and got your right rear, and you had to go in, and that was it. Yeah,
it was just one of them deals. I ain't going to say anything negative about it, but hopefully we don't have that happen again.
Yeah. Okay, here at I-35, and man, I know you've run many times here, and I think you were leading one here last year with this USMTS bunch. What are we going to have here tonight, man? We've had a wet week all week. You know, it's the first time on the track. We know how them races can turn out sometimes. Are we going to have enough track to last here all night? Because, man, I mean, the pits are just packed. What do you think we're going to have here come feature time?
I'd say it's probably going to be one lane right around the bottom, because it's going to get rough in the bottom or the middle of the corner. So I don't know. That's my prediction. Might be a line around the high side if it don't dry out too much. But if they don't go out and work the top of the track to give it something to race on the bottom, I'd say it's one lane.
I wanted to know, are you going to run with the USMTS much this year? You're really having some good results with these guys. Is there ever going to be a point in time where Mark Dobson is going to run USMTS all the time?
I'd like to, but I don't know that I'll ever be able to do that. You know, our business dictates what I do a lot, and I just can't guarantee that I'll do that.
I was going to say, if they quit having hurricanes and tornadoes and stuff like that, you might be able to do it for 1 year, but it seems like every time that happens, why, I'm trying to remember the name of your company right now, and I can't remember it, but you guys are out there cleaning up, and you can't run a full season.
Yeah, we got to take care of business, you know, so, you know, maybe I'll win the lottery and be able to not worry about it.
Don't we all? Okay, well, Mark, I appreciate you talking with us, buddy, and like I say, kind of a home track for you here tonight, so, man, have some fun out there.
Thank you. We'll try our best.
Here with the USMTS regular, Al Hejna. Al, you've been out for the heat race out there. Looks like your partner over there didn't have quite good a run, but how'd you do in your heat race?
We got restarted fourth, we run sixth. I had a pretty good heat race. I had a bunch of good cars, and I'm still kind of searching on this car. Track's a little rough. I'm just not going to push it too hard. You know, once I saw his car come off the track like that, and I did hook a rut once, and I shoved right straight up the racetrack. Somebody had been on the outside, we'd have had the same issue over here. But we're just kind of getting used to this car for next week at Humboldt, and just working on a few things. When you have a few cars like we had tonight, 32, 4 heat races, you're guaranteed a stacked heat. I mean, that's just all there is to it. And I had one. I had both Scott boys in it, Rodney Sanders, Johnny Allen, and even Corey Ray, he got me. So we'll work on a little more. I don't get too fired up about racing on rough racetracks like this. I like to live to race another day and wait for a nice track like we get at Humboldt. I mean, they've had a lot of rain here. It's nothing they can help.
I was going to say, it's kind of a set-up situation because we have had rain just about all week here around the Kansas City area, and really for them even to try and get it in here tonight was it's a promoter's nightmare.
They did a great job. I mean, you can't blame them. I mean, we've had a lot of rain, and that just in the spring it just makes the track soft, and we wreck race cars. But I'm just going to try to get through the night without doing that. But no, we had a great weather, and all these people want to see racing, so we had to be here. So.
Okay, Al, I know everybody's looking forward to that King of America next week. I'm sure you are too. Corey had a good run going down there. I'm sure you guys are sharing information. So, man, it kind of looks like you guys got a good possibility on that race. You got a setup for that track down there.
Corey looked awesome. I mean, I've said for quite a while, when a track gets rubber, I don't know if there's anybody, that's any better than him at keeping his tires and racing hard on a racetrack like that. I'm another case, but we'll see. We made a lot of changes. I mean, for this year, we have the same. We've been traveling together for 4 years now, and we haven't had the same car. Now we got identical race cars, and we can start sharing information. Things can work back and forth, and I'm doing a lot of things to my car this week that he had last week, but now we don't have the racetrack for that, so we kind of throw all that out the window. But like I said, we're still just kind of getting used to this girl, and it's a long summer. We got a lot of racing to go.
Well, thanks a lot for talking with us, Al, and all I like to say is go out there and have some fun, play it safe, and just take home a little money in a car.
We'll try. Thank you. Thanks.
Here with the new dad, Johnny Allen. Johnny, what'd you have, a little boy, I think?
Yeah, we had another son about 2 months ago, so we've got one that's 16 and one that's 14 and newborn, so it's pretty exciting around there.
Well, there's one thing about it, man, you got all the experience now. It's just not like they hand it to you and you walk home and you don't know what to do. You got two of them, you've been through it. But let's talk a little bit about the race. And had a run down at Humboldt last week. I'm sure you weren't quite satisfied with that.
No, we've been struggling a little bit, but I think we're getting things turned around, and hopefully we can run good this weekend up here and get ready for the King of America at Humboldt and see if we can't do something there.
I know here at I-35 tonight for this USMTS race, man, I think a guy's going to have to do some good qualifying to do any good here tonight, because it just don't look like the track's going to be that racy.
No, there's not a lot of passing, and we started kind of deep in our heat race and ended up running fourth, so that's going to put us pretty far back. So now we just have to make good steady laps and not get in any trouble, and attrition will get some, and, you know, not being patient will get some, and maybe we can work our way up through there, you know.
I was going to say it's going to be a different kind of a race, but, man, it's early season. We've had a ton of rain.
Yeah.
You know, with promoter, you know, you got to feel for the guy. I mean, you know, it makes it tough on the racers, but just got to go out there and do it.
Yeah, I mean, you got to use some sense. I mean, if it gets too bad, you don't want to just destroy your stuff when we got 15,000 to win coming up starting Wednesday. But, you know, when they have these races, you got to come out and support them or they won't have them, you know. And the weather's been a problem, so we'll just go out there and see what we can get, you know.
All right, Johnny Allen here with the USMTS at I-35 Speedway. Johnny, go have some fun, guy.
Well, we're going to. Hopefully we can get this McCarthy Chevrolet car up to the front.
All right, thank you, Johnny.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm here with a junior flagman here at I-35, Dawson Elliott. Dawson, how long you been flagging here at I-35?
I have no idea.
No idea, quite a few years?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
I was going to say, I think I've seen you up here before. Looks
Yeah.
like the heat race is getting ready to come around here for these B mods. Are you about ready to turn them loose?
Yeah.
Okay, man, you go for it.
Trevor Hunt, Tyler Johnson, taking up the front row.
Was it a good start?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Dawson.
Caution light is off. Ladies and gentlemen, as they come off of turn 4, we're green flag racing at I-35. And in turn 1, it's clean. Jim Moody. Hard into the wall. Contact again. We've got other cars up into him, and we are red flagged again right off the start.
Wow.
So Jim Moody, our pole sitter, just as we watch it come off of turn 2, that car snaps around, and these guys will have their hands full here tonight. A good steady grip on the wheel as the caution light is off. We get ready to fire them back off another time. 30 laps. Again here at I-35 Speedway. The Yancey Automotive A main into turn 3. Nice and easy. And now they get ready to turn the heat up. As they come back to the line, we're racing. Boy, do they cut these corners. Verbeek just slices through. The R car, the number 2 spot, Tennis, will fall into 3rd. Stormy Scott will bring him around, but look at this for Ron Verbeek. He'll lead lap number 1. Verbeek bottom groove with Colt Mather and Conor 8. Scott will follow him through now, and he's staying right where he's set, that high groove, as Colt Mather will rumble past. Stormy will now drive back into the bottom. Mather Mather in third. Jason Tennis is fourth. Jeremy Payne in fifth. And we've got problems again down in turn 4 as we throw the caution flag once again. 8 laps remaining as they come around off of turn 4. Now they fire them up. Here we go. Rodney Sanders going to try and make it 3 wide as they go down the back straightaway off of turn 2. Into turn number 3. Austin Siebert on that high groove in the car 16 picks up another spot as he goes alongside of the Z-Man, Zach Vanderbeek. Ron Verbeek, Colt Mather breakaway, Jeremy Payne now into third, Stormy Scott in fourth, Jason Tennis your top 5. Couple neighborly racers again going at it here tonight at I-35, and it's Colt Mather in car number 8, the Keeker Cattle Company, car 8, alongside and leading Ron Verbeek down into turn number 1. Brandon Davis pulls the 23 car in out of Castle Rock, Colorado. Rodney Sanders now goes inside of Jason Tennis. He will now move up into 4th. Colt Mather out of Webster, Iowa. Oh, he comes close to that cement wall. Verbeek stays right in the catbird seat in that R car as they pull away from this field down the straightaway advantage over Jeremy Payne, who runs in third in car 186, followed up by Stormy Scott, and then comes Rodney Sanders in car 20. Problem down in turn number 1. The field comes down the front straightaway, and you can see we've got one around. Looks to be the 69 in Corey Ray out of Jamesport, Missouri. And we will be able to fire this field back up next time around. We will go back green flag racing with Colt Mather showing the wing in car number 8 out of Webster, Iowa. Oskaloosa driver Ron Verbeek in the R car, and Jeremy Payne from just down the road in Springfield, Missouri in a 186 car, your top 3. Top 3 as we're still a long ways from even getting to the halfway mark here tonight. As we get ready to stir the pot one more time, they come back to the green flag. Wow, Mather, terrible start here tonight. He bobbles going into 2. As they come around, Ron Verbeek will show the way with Jeremy Payne now in the number 2 spot. Mather slips back into 3rd. Here comes Sanders now with Stormy Scott on his inside in the 2S. Boy, you even skip 1 beat too far, you're in the parking lot. These guys are fighting the wheel here tonight each and every lap. As they go 2, 3 wide, they thought about it again. And they drive through it, but hold everything, we're back under caution.
Out. We got a door at the bottom of 1 and 2. Door at the bottom of 1 and 2.
So we've got debris, somebody getting the door ripped off. And I think you can see it right now as they go back down into turn 2. We'll see what he does this time if he follows Verbeek, as he will be your leader back to the green flag here tonight in that R car out of Oskaloosa, taking back over the point. Jeremy Payne looking very solid. Again, that GRT chassis in the 186. Rodney Sanders, as we said, your current point leader in car number 20, back there in the number 4 spot, right alongside of Stormy Scott in the 2S, as we get ready to come back to the green flag. Boing, 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 they go. Down the back straightaway, Stormy Scott. He slips high and will give up a couple of spots. As you see John Allen pull through now in car number 98. Vanderbeek along with Austin Siebert in car 16, as Rodney Sanders now looks inside of Colt Mather for the number 3 spot in car number 20. Boy, that was close. Talk about sawing the front end off. Colt Mather, that car is just bouncing all over the track. Some big divots down there in turn 2, and these guys are just like they're bouncing off a springboard. Verbeek leads, Payne in second. Sanders now to third, Mather fourth, and John Allen now says, I like that spot, thank you very much. And he will now pull up into fourth out of Chinook, Kansas in car number 98. Verbeek and Payne by some 10 car lengths over Sanders, who sits back in third. And here comes your leader to the start line by 3 car lengths, Ron Verbeek. Colt Mather with problems again. John Allen goes past, and here comes Stormy Scott now battling back on the outside line. The 2S car out of Las Cruces, New Mexico, with Verbeek just continues to punish that R car, bouncing through the holes, and Payne now falling back by some 6-7 car lengths in second. Coming up now on lap traffic, Ron Verbeek, right behind that black 82 car, looking to put him a lap down, and he is dead right in the groove, has to hit the brakes and then jumps on the throttle and separates and puts a lap car between Payne, who runs in second, Sanders third, John Allen in fourth, and Stormy Scott your top 5. Will scoot right to his inside and blow past as he continues to lead this field. Now coming up on Brian, rolling into 20R as Payne half a straightaway back into number 2 spot, and Rodney Sanders beginning to work his way up closer to that number 2 position in car 20. 3 wide again, right ahead of your leader. And right now, he comes and dives back to the inside. We got one slowing going to turn number 1. The 66T car off the pace, and Sanders is now reeled in Jeremy Payne for the number 2 spot as we watch those guys go into turn number 3. Sanders wants that spot, and he rumbles down the back straightaway inside of Payne. Here we go now. Watch them as they come off of turn 4. Sanders sideways, crossed up, and they are ahead by the line. Give it to Payne by, I'm giving a car length. Now he jumps up through and will pull into the number 2 spot. Rodney Sanders out of Happy, Texas. Jeremy Payne back into 3rd. John Allen remains in 4th, followed by Stormy Scott in the 2S car. Verbeek continues to lead the charge, and how bad do you think Rodney Sanders wants a caution now? He's half a lap down to Melissa straightaway as he goes into turn number 3 with Payne in tow. Your leader is already into turn number 1. So the 52 car, Jason Tennis, Merry Christmas to Rodney Sanders now, who at least will be able to pull on the rear deck lid. Ron Verbeek's R car, who had at least a straightaway, if not more, advantage when they went down to turn 1, but again the caution light lit once again here this evening. Laps to go. Ron Verbeek, can he hang on? That car has been wild, bouncing all over down in the corner. Sanders is like the top side. We'll see now as they come around. Ladies and gentlemen, watch for 3 more laps as we go back to the green. Verbeek down on the bottom. Here comes Sanders. Momentum, yeah. Now you put it up on the wheel. How bad do you want it? Stormy Scott looking inside. Sanders fighting the car off as he hangs onto the wheel. Ron Verbeek is on the money here tonight. Look at Vanderbeek. Wow, is he coming on. Vanderbeek now into the top 5 to 33Z. White flag, 1 to go at I-35 Speedway.
So yes, first win ever.
Ron Verbeek looking for his first win ever in the United States Modified Touring Series powered by Swan Energy, and he will find it at I-35 Speedway. Ron Verbeek wins it. Second place. Look out. He goes around in car R, and oh my. I don't know if that thing locked up when he come down the front straight, if he's just so excited to win it. He spun it. In any event, he wins it. But a wild finish. And you can see the fuel burning out of the pipes, trying to fire that thing back up. And I think he's now got a lid up. I think that thing went south on him right there.
The winner here tonight at I-35 for the USMTS, Ron Verbeek. Ron, man, you laid it down, and I mean down there on the bottom, you really got with it.
You know, I'd run the bottom in the heat race, and told my son, I said, you know, let's grind the tires that are on it. Let's leave it alone. I said, because I think it'll still be there, and if it's not, I'll just try to avoid the ruts most as possible, stay right on the tires, and that's what I tried to do most of the time. I didn't need that yellow. I was in such a good rhythm, and I think I about gave it away there at the end. But, you know, and then fortunately I didn't cream the wall here at the end of the race, so I'm really happy. It's been a long time coming. You know, it's just really great to get a win finally.
You got to make sure and watch this video, because I got one shot of you up here in turn 2. I swear there's daylight underneath the car.
Yeah, I know. I got in there and thought, oh my goodness, I'm going to go over, but it came back down, and I thought, just get back on the gas and go, you know, and then get back into rhythm again. So
was there just kind of a little small groove right around the bottom where you could get under that rough stuff?
Yeah, there was just a really small groove there. You know, if I kept the right rear in the bottom, there's a bottom rut that wasn't real deep. If I just kept the right rear there and kept the gas going and just steered it around the corner, it just rocked right around the bottom and took off.
Okay, all you guys from Iowa, man, you got something to cheer about here tonight. Ron Vanderbeek.
No, Verbeek.
Verbeek,
yep.
Winner here at I-35 for the USMTS. Way to go, Ron.
Thank you, appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Second place finisher here tonight at I-35, Rodney Sanders. Rodney, it looked like you almost got it done, just the track didn't do you any favors, especially that last lap.
No, it was pretty rough out there tonight. I thought we might have had a chance on that restart, but I hit one of those ruts wrong, kind of hooked me sideways, and it gave him a chance to get away from us. But it was still a pretty good run tonight, and came out of here in one piece anyway.
I was going to say that might have been the most important thing tonight, was to come out with a car, because boy, a lot of money on the line next week. I know you weren't holding back any, but still a pretty rough track to race on, and big race next week.
Yeah, we were just kind of running around the top. It was smoothest, and the bottom was a little faster, I think, but it was way rough down there, and we're just going to try to keep it together and see what we can do next weekend. Okay, second place finisher tonight, Rodney Sanders. Way to go, Rodney. Thanks. Third place finisher here tonight at I-35 for the USMTS, Jeremy Payne. Jeremy, I heard you had a good run last night. Couldn't get down to Springfield, but I understand you pulled one out down there.
Yeah, I did. We just went out there last minute. It's close to home, and we wanted to get a little bit laps in on this new motor, and had to try some things on the car. We haven't been started the year off too strong, so I think we got it going better now, and it was good to get the win. It's always fun to go there and race in your hometown. So
I was going to say, a lot of fans, man. You want to put it on in front of them, don't you?
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about that motor. I understand going to Roush Power, man. Can you tell the difference? I mean, I hear they're big dollar motors, but what do you think of the motor so far?
I really like it so far, you know. it's kind of, last night had a little bit of everything hammered down, and then it got streaky and slick in the feature, and then tonight we had a little bit of everything, rough and hammer, and so we've put it through the test so far, but it'd be nice to go somewhere like next weekend when I'm more familiar with and see what it does, but so far I'm really happy with it.
I was going to say tonight, I guess you could call it kind of a testing ground. Pretty rough track, kind of different situation from hopefully what we're going to have next week down in Humboldt, because that's usually a really smooth surface down there, really racy. I'm sure, like you say, you got to be looking forward to that, but just couldn't quite get it done tonight here.
No, I couldn't. I was trying my best. I didn't want to run through the holes too much. Need to save this car for the next weekend, so I was trying to find the smoothest line around, and it may not have been the fastest, but we brought her home in one piece, so that's a good thing. Got to thank my sponsors who helped me get here: Randy Davidson Trucking, Al Geyer Incorporated, Roush Yates Racing Engines, GRT Race Cars, and Integra Racing Shocks.
Okay, third place finisher tonight here at I-35, Jeremy Payne. Jeremy, go get him next week, buddy. I'm looking forward to seeing what that Roush can do.
Thank you.